Hi guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your pick a card reading for the 10-year challenge, in which we take a look at the next 10 years of your life and we see what may happen in your life. Make sure to like and comment. This is a separate video than my main channel, so please subscribe to this channel and yeah, just let me know what you think and let me know what you like. Feel free to DM me any comments you have on Instagram. So you can follow me on Instagram and DM me there if you have a suggestion. So feel free to do that. Here is your first option. I want you to take a look at the card and see if it resonates. You've got the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups is most focused on reunions, reconnecting with people and having a good time. The second option, we have the 10, which is the Wheel of Fortune. So if you choose this, then this has to do with an improvement in life, transformation for the better. And number 3, we have, I know this is going to be a shocker, I know what it is already. So we have the 10 of Swords. So sometimes things appear scary, but maybe trust me on this one that this isn't as bad. But the 10 of Swords could be Gemini, or this could be Sun in Gemini, or this could be like completely an end to one way of living and a turn for another, or improvement in a new direction. Anyway, I hope you guys like these options. Go watch one part of this video to get an answer for how your next 10 years are going to look like. If that doesn't resonate, or if you don't like that option, feel free to kind of exit out of your life. But yeah, choose one, and I wish you all the best. At the end of the video, I have a extra pick a card, which is a oracle pick a card for love message for the next 10 years. And I'm going to do 2 oracle cards in there, maybe 3. And you can go to the end of the video and check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Bye. Hi guys, thanks for joining me and welcome to my channel. Let's take a look at how your life will be 10 years from now if you chose this option. This is option number 1. And if this doesn't resonate, please make sure to watch another video. So your first message is the Queen of Pentacles. Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. Secondary transits in water, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I feel like 10 years from now you will already have had children, or your children would have gone to college. I think your kids will go to college. If you do have kids, they will be very successful and you will be very proud of their work and their achievements. The next message is the Hermit. I think that you'll learn a lot through your own experiences. You will learn a lot through living life and experiencing life as it comes. You will very much be a kind of a person who has done a lot. There will be times when you have had to go your own way rather than go along with the regular way people do things. And from those experiences, you will really broaden as a person. You will become very tolerant with time, because you will have met so many different people and find so many situations. We have the Six of Cups. You may find a soulmate who is a female. Now that doesn't mean that you have to have a romantic relationship with her, but you may. But you'll have a romantic relationship with a female, or a soulmate who's a female. A very important woman will have been a part of your life for a long time, and this will be a kinship type relationship, which means that you will feel like you are related, whether or not it's romantic or not. If it's just platonic and a friend, then you will feel very close to her. This would be a relationship that spans several years. This can also represent that a female is important in your life at that time, who is Sun in Scorpio. The next message is the Nine of Swords. It looks as though you have gone through difficult challenges with men, and you have suffered a lot in the past, but you have overcome that suffering and worry. Some of you may be in a relationship or have some exposure to someone who has quite significant issues to do with alcohol or drugs or mental health issues. So this will have affected you, and you will be a carer and a nurturer of this person. You will care and nurture for them. But I think that through that you'll also learn to care and nurture for yourself. And all the fears and anxieties that you had in the past about men are going to be reconciled by this. The next message is the King of Pentacles. A Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, Sag, Leo, or Aries. That's just a general guide. The King of Pentacles represents a king who is in some way infusing the situation with a lot of love and a lot of financial support. You will have people on your side who are helping you to achieve your goals and make them happen. These people will in some way fund and help support you financially as you endeavor the different things. This means that you can probably be a little bit more how do you say, you can try things a bit more because you will have the financial support to try to grow in different directions. Then we have the Lover's card. So I feel as though there will be a very close relationship that you will spend the majority of this decade with. So I feel like you will be in a relationship for the majority of that time, but that's only after you go through a period of being alone and learn the lessons that you need to learn about being alone. So it's a strongly independent yet supportive relationship. The next message is the World card. The way to solve the majority of your problems over the next 10 years will be to broaden your horizons and travel. So when you face issues, you will be a traveler over the next 10 years, sorry. You will travel a lot because you will in some way need to find unique solutions. I feel as though a masculine energy around you is suffering a lot or has suffered a lot. If you're a man watching this, then the troubles that you have on your heart will be solved through travel and exploring different approaches than the ones that you know now. So it's all about sort of learning. And if this is someone who's around you, that's how you will connect with the world. You'll be inspired to go out into the world and try to find a different solution to life than the one that you're living in now. The next message is the Hanged Man. I feel as though your strengths are not going to go away. So if you feel like maybe you're worried that the things that you're strong with now are going to leave your life, I don't think so. I think your strengths are going to persist, and I think that there's not going to be a change in terms of who the fundamental people in your life are. Those people will stay the same, i.e. your family, your best friends. You will keep in touch with people. Here is the next message. You have the Sun. And so I feel as though you'll find great happiness in taking your own route. So you may travel on your own, you may pack up your backpack and leave, you may, hop on a plane and fly across country for a couple days just to walk around New Orleans or somewhere else if you live in the US, or across Europe just to walk around an art gallery or something. So you're going to go your own way a lot. In order to kind of figure things out. That's the way you're going to be a traveler. And that sometimes may help you to get away from the circumstances involving this person. This person's really ill, I think. And so for a period of time, you will be helping them along. I can't tell if they are like your partner or somebody who's just a friend, but it's someone who you care about, who you don't want to leave behind, and this person is struggling. And so your way of dealing with that or coping with it will be to travel or to go somewhere else to see something else. Nothing expensive, just simple travel. The hermit, he just walks around in his cloak and, he's not fancy like that. The next message is the Three of Hearts. Okay. I feel like, I'll be frank, this relationship will come to a point in which you'll decide that you have to move on, but it's not going to be for a long time. And when you experience that realization, And it's going to be because of the woman that I mentioned that's your soulmate. When you experience that realization, it's going to actually set you free from the situation. The way that you're looking at it, as it's happening, it's going to transform. It's going to transform, and you're going to become free. You feel guilt to walk away from this situation for a long time, and I feel like when something happens that causes you to experience a degree of sadness, you'll realize that's the realization that maybe you're enabling the situation rather than helping without knowing, or something else is going on like that. The next message is the Six of Pentacles. So this is reciprocity. I don't think this person's going to leave your life. I think this person is going to get better, but I think they need to get better on their own. They need to be in charge of their own health, and I think that there is going to be continued financial support between yourself and others. The next message is the Justice card. And what this represents is that there's going to be balance in your life maintained by this King of Pentacles. He doesn't have to be a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, or a Sagittarius or Aries. He could be any sign. But I feel like it's like a brother or an uncle. It could be a woman, so it could be an aunt. But there's someone around you who's like continually bringing balance and order into your life. And I think that's because your core energy is that of fairness and being kind to others and supportive. So I feel like this person is like your guardian angel. This person is watching over you. I think that they're connected to you socially, and they may be also a family member as well. The next message is the Star. That's a really nice position for the Star. I feel as though you're going to go through a very powerful transformation. That transformation has to do with relinquishing something. So in the next 10 years, you are going to really, there's going to be one phase that is totally integrated with this person. I feel as though this person, though, is showing up like 3 years in, 4 years in, and then is for the following 5 years. Like it's an extended time when this happens. It's a really extended time in which you're sort of nursing someone, helping someone back to health. But I feel as though you go through a very distinct 2 phases here. I feel like there's the phase in which you start to find yourself alone and you learn to travel. You learn to kind of cope by yourself, experience life by yourself. And then there's a very integrated part of time in which you're in a relationship and that becomes the center part of your life. And that's when the soulmate connection happens. But I think you'll never lose your knack to travel. I think you'll learn to really love to travel by yourself. The next message is the King of Rods. And so I feel as though this could be a Sagittarius, a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries. I feel as though someone is taking a look back at things. Someone from maybe the present time or even the past from now. They're taking a look at things and they are reconsidering. This is a person who you had a problem with, and they're reconsidering their opinions of the situation. And I think they're seeing like the light that they missed in you, that they missed when they were near you, and now that they're further away, further removed, they're thinking a lot about you, and so they become your ally. Here is the next message. We have the King of Cups, lots of kings, lots of success in business as well. I feel as though people who are drinking are not necessarily good for you. I think this is all tied up. People with dependencies are going to be like a repeat issue. So that's something to look out for over the next 10 years, that if you meet someone who has dependency issues, it gives you an insight into where that will go for you, and you have to take care of yourself. So these people will slow you down. It may be fun, but it might be at the expense of long-term growth, so you should probably stay away from them. And then we have the Queen of Cups. very sympathetic and loving energy from women. I think women are going to be great allies in your life. They're going to provide great insight into what you're supposed to do. They're going to catch you when you fall. Besides this guy is your number one. But and I feel as though there could be two people here. There could be this person, and then there could be also a marriage partner or some other person that's core to your life. So I feel as though women bring great insights into your life over the next 10 years. There will be a woman who is central to your life who will sort of break the news to you about things. And again, that's a confirmation of what we said about the Six of Cups here with the Nine of Swords there. Then we have the Knight of Pentacles. This is your soulmate or your twin flame. A Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Secondary transits in air, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. This could be the same person as this and as this for some of you. I'm just saying. And they don't have to be an earth sign, but this person's coming into your life. And I think that you have to have the experience of sadness with one other person in which you see somebody self-destruct or be harmful towards themselves. And when you really learn that lesson and you see that through your interaction with the other person, that's when this person comes in, and they're very clean cut, they're very healthy, and they're very nice. There's not going to be that kind of drama with them. Here is the next message. We have the Fool. So I feel as though you will for a time struggle on leaving someone behind and beginning a relationship in a healthy direction. But again, that heartbreak is going to help you finally release and let go of something that's not healthy for you. The next message is the Page of Cups. And so I feel as though there will be great surprises and presents. I feel like, I'm like, who is this fairy godmother over here? This person's giving you gifts. They're watching out for you. It's like someone, they could be your boss even, but someone really, really nice is with you through this pretty much the entire time. That's why I'm thinking it's a family member, because it's a decade, right? And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. A new job. There's going to be a career change, but it's going to be tied to your relationship, which means you may move because of your relationship. And when you move, you might actually change careers altogether, completely. So you may enter into one career for the beginning part, and then I feel as though the career change will have you move towards something more creative in the second part, or two types of creativity. I feel as though the first job is more socially oriented and the second job is more to do with creativity. The last card is the Page of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. That just confirms that you're going to travel. You may have a travel buddy at times who's younger than you, but I think that you'll only allow them to come with you sometimes. On the bottom is the Three of Cups, reunions. So you may have friends all over the world, and you may spend your time traveling to see them and just to kind of visit different people at different times and reconnect whenever you need to decompress. What an interesting life. I hope you guys enjoyed this reading. Remember to look at the end of the video. I have an extra pick a card within a pick a card that is an oracle love insight for the next 10 years. So go check that out. Thank you. Bye. Hi guys, thanks for joining me. If you chose number 2, this is your reading. We're taking a look at what will happen in the next 10 years or 10 years from now, and see what your life is like. What will you have learned, and where would you have gone and seen? If you don't like this option, please choose another one. Maybe it'll resonate more. And at the end of the video, I have an oracle pick a card within a pick a card, just for clarity on specifically love. Okay, so let's see your first card. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. So this is a person who would have been a huge influence on you through this time. I think that this is also could be a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries, but it can't be any sign. I feel like this person is in some way has a huge influence on you. They tell you a lot of opinions. This could be someone who you read a lot of books books who you read a lot, who influences you in the way you think. But I think you model yourself on this person. I think this person is your role model. Here is the next message. We have the Six of Swords, and so this is moving on from a situation. There will be a situation that you have to leave behind and move on in a new direction towards. So I feel like maybe I think a situation will get more and more frustrating or more and more challenging until you learn to release. And I think that over the next 10-year period, you will have several circumstances that teach you on when it is great to move on, when a situation's no longer suiting you. Here is the next message. We have this is the Nine of Cups, so fulfillment of wishes. I think you'll have a very important experience with a woman. I feel as though you will have fulfillment. If you want children, I think this is saying that you will get as many children as you want. Or if you are a woman, your fulfillment of what you want for your children or what you want for your family will definitely transpire. I feel like you are learning to live in gratitude towards someone else, and I feel as though they are a huge influence on you, and that forms you how you think about things. And with that, you'll have a lot of emotional satisfaction from women also. And I think that there will be instances in which your wishes are met when you meet particular women who bring that into your life. The next message is the Eight of Wands. You'll see that overall you will be the object of a lot of attention from men. They will say a lot of beautiful things to you and be encouraging when you need them to be. So I feel like you have harmonious relationships with men and women over the next 10 years. I think that you're probably going to spend your time as an introvert quite a lot. It's not a time when you'll be very kind of open to talking to people or in some way pushing your boundaries beyond what is comfortable. But I think that that's what people are going to appreciate about you. I think that's what people are going to love about you or feel towards you. The next message is, oops, we have the staple card. So let's just keep going because this is a good reading. So we have the Ace of Wands. I think that you're going to change communities. So I feel like the community that you live in now is going to change, or the cultural community that you're a part of is going to change, or you're going to learn something new and you are in some way going to change the way that you live your life. You may join a commune or become a hippie, or you might do the other thing and become a stockbroker, but there's going to be a big change in terms of who you're around and what kind of people you spend time with. I think you're going to be in school. I think if you're thinking about school, then you should definitely pursue it. I think this is a real marker that you have a chance of becoming an academic or achieving something really great in school. The next message is the Eight of Cups. So I feel as though you are going to be, okay, I'll be frank. This is maybe releasing attachments to family and the way that you have been treated by family in the past. So this is a release, and the things that hurt you through family members are not going to hurt you anymore, and you'll learn to live with whatever is going on. I actually don't think your family's going to totally separate. I think that you'll be sort of separate from them and just a little bit emotionally doing your own thing more rather than a complete separation. This is only for people who are experiencing bad things, but I feel like maybe there's some degree of anxiety of being far away from your family, and I think that the idea is that you're going to be much more independent and self-sufficient, and so you'll learn to live in a different emotional position from your family. So where if you really depended upon them right now emotionally, then in 10 years time you're going to feel like you'll be excited to see them, but I don't think that you'll like feel so like you have to in some way be around them, you know, and especially people who have left your life. If you're struggling with that, this is really suggesting that your feelings about that are going to change, and you're not going to feel so weighed down by the fact that someone left. The next message is the King of Wands. He's a Sag, a Leo, or an Aries. You'll meet a man who's very bright. He has a bright light that emanates from him. He's very kind. He could be very wealthy. And I feel as though this person will really teach you to kind of live life more fully and to be happier overall. So I think this person in some way is bringing like light and happiness into your life, and this person is in some way making your life a lot better. They're making your life a lot more fun, especially if you're like deep into your education and everything is super heavy, or whatever you do for work. I feel like this person will brighten things up. So if you're a very serious person like me, this kind of energy really helps to make things a lot easier. And especially in times when you are leaving something behind for a new beginning, that could be a time when you need someone who's kind of has that light and bright energy. The next message is, this is the Queen of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. A strong relationship with someone like that. She may be a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio as well. I feel as though this is someone who teaches a lot to you about standing up for yourself. And this is also where you gain your strength, when you show to other people your personal boundaries. And I think you show your personal boundaries by moving on and finding new environments that you can thrive in. Okay, and then we have the Ten of Wands. And so I feel like on a personal level, you will have had struggled or have to face a lot of heaviness in your life, a lot of responsibilities, a lot of things that you have to take care of. You will have faced a lot of responsibilities that people don't see behind the scenes. So they'll see a very happy, composed person, but behind the scenes you will have to kind of actually work through the transformation of your relationship, of your family, and you'll have a lot of things that you'll have to take care of. The next message is, whoops, I pulled two. We have one, we have the Devil in this position. A Capricorn might be very important to you. And I feel as though there's someone who, I think you're going to have a very vivid, intimate life with someone. I think a big part of this decade is going to be intimacy, also financial success in terms of business. This is almost, I feel as though I'm looking at the cards of somebody who will achieve a lot in business. They will be very successful financially, and they'll have had a past in which maybe that there was a lot of problems, or maybe people were not supportive to the effect of what you needed them to be, but you prove yourself anyway, and you work really hard, and then you achieve your successes. You're gonna really like material possessions, and buy yourself lots of things. So then we have the Four of Cups. I feel like the balancing act between receiving and creating for yourself will be something that you work your way through a lot. I feel like you may sometimes not work so hard for yourself because you're so used to being neglected or ignored as a child. And I think that this King of Wands in some way is going to help you by teaching you to take care of yourself, giving you an emotional boost to go and invest your energy into like putting the effort towards what you want to achieve, encouraging you and giving you support that way. I feel like this could be a boss, like a boss who's very benevolent, who sort of sets you up in a career or business. And then we have the Four of Coins, and so I feel like you're definitely working hard, but I think that sometimes you don't put in the effort. Over the next 10 years, you'll learn how to deal with that. And I think that that has to do with, again, like childhood neglect or trauma, in which you sort of forget to take care of yourself and nurture yourself at times. And you kind of emphasize the wrong things sometimes. And you're going to learn to emphasize the right thing. Whenever you physically hold back on situations, you will learn that that's actually holding you back. So when you feel like it's kind of like survival mentality, the need to try to conserve or hoard or something like that, you'll learn that you will no longer feel that way, first of all. But you'll learn that basically doing that is preventing your growth and the growth potential. So there may be 2 circumstances or 3 circumstances at the beginning of this time in which you do that, but then you learn, oh, I could have gone much further if I had been more open. The next message is the Tower. Wow, that's an interesting position for this Tower. Okay. I feel as though that the destruction you have felt in your life will be over. And I know that can be very like intense for some people, but the destruction that you have felt in your life will be over, and the instability of your life will completely end. So you'll no longer have to kind of create a physical structure around yourself to keep stability. I think that the instability is gone, and I think that that has to do with less dependence on people who may have hurt you or may have been hurting you or think it's normal to kind of let you down. I think you'll have other people to rely on. You may actually spend a lot of time kind of doing your own thing and standing up for yourself and building yourself up. Really focus on you, in a big way. Not so much focused on friends, not so much focused on anything else, but really putting a lot of effort into your career. Then we have what is this? 4 of Swords? Yeah, the 4 of Swords. What a beautiful card. And you might do a lot of like facials or something like that, facials, taking care of yourself. I think that a lot of your time over the next 10 years will be spent in you'll work hard and then you'll rest really hard. You'll definitely give yourself time to do that. And that's going to be a big part of how you achieve things, when you really work like extremely long hours and then you turn around and you rest. The next message is this is the Chariot card, and I feel like maybe be careful of Cancers, and I'm not saying like for everyone, but this is the card of the Chariot, which is ruled by Cancer, and in this position it's a little bit not so great. I feel like be careful of this people with the sign of Cancer. That doesn't mean you have to run away from every single one that you meet, but you may want to keep your distance from some. They may not be very great for you, and I think that they'll add to the complexity. I think they'll draw you back, and they'll say things like give them a second chance, and like you should continue to be in a relationship with someone who's neglecting you. So I think that they give people the benefit of the doubt a bit much, but if it's not the sign of Cancer, like be careful of doing that, like giving people too many like chances only to let you down. Then we have the 6 of Wands. Okay, so I feel like I think that there's going to be a moment when you really stand up for yourself about something, and you're going to stand your ground, and I think that that's going to be the moment in which you change, and your circumstances change, and you're like, I'm not going to be underneath the suppression of other people and their politics. And this is family politics, I think, more than anything else. But I think family politics extends to the social, including school or work. So whatever's going on in your life right now, you're allowing that family stuff to some way seep into parts of your life that it shouldn't be in. You may marry or fall in love with a Taurus. This is the Hierophant. But it's your destiny to marry. Maybe a Capricorn as well. not all of you guys, but I'm just telling you, I think that you're going to marry your soulmate, and I think that that's going to change a lot for you, but I don't think you're going to be that focused on marriage or finding a community with this person. I think that you'll be very focused on your success, and then suddenly this relationship will evolve and you'll meet this person and it'll be right. But I don't think you're going to be giving too many people too many chances in love. I think you'll be just doing your own thing. Then we have the Knight of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Secondary transits in air as well. Be careful of telling your secrets to Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. I feel like this is a friend who may have secrets about you that you told them when you were friends, and then something changes and you have a problem. So there could be like worry or anxiety around how this person, so entrusting the wrong person with the wrong thing. I think you want to write a book secretly, and I think that that's a hidden desire that you'll keep in your heart over the next 10 years, but I feel like it's up to you if you choose to do it, but you really want to do it, and you have this strong air energy for the next decade. So I feel like you have the capability and the ability to write what's in your heart. So I think that's a confirmation. The next message is we have the King of Cups, a Pisces, a Cancer, or Scorpio. Secondary transits in fire, Sag, Leo, and Aries. I feel like you'll spend great times in love. This is also the person who you may marry. Now, if you marry women, then this might be a woman, so this could be a female King of Cups. I feel as though this is a person who brings great happiness into your life, and I think that you have a strong emotional connection. Around this person is just happiness. So water signs and fire signs are definitely, you know, your cup of tea, emotionally supportive. I think your job does not have a lot of emotional component. I think it's really like a lot of logic, a lot of thinking, a lot of reason. So I feel like this King of Cups, like you surround yourself with very emotionally oriented people, or maybe in your free time you know, do lots of music concerts or lots of dramas, or you know, just you get the emotional fill in your private life. And then I have the extra card. Sorry, I had, you know, it's funny, I actually thought to myself about that before I started this video. What if those cards are in there? Then we have the King of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. So if this is concerning like a parent who you have to kind of distance yourself away from, I think that, or a sibling who you distance yourself away from, I think that that will come back around, and I think you'll get a second chance once you're on your own 2 feet a bit more. So this isn't, I told you, I don't feel like this is the end of your family relationship. I think that basically there's some distance that's happening, and then you'll be closer again later. And then the last card before we have the Queen of Wands, a Sag, a Leo, and Aries. I think this is like, you're going to have a lot of nice things at the end of this 10 years. You're going to have a nice car. You're going to have nice clothes. You're going to look great. I think that, yeah, you're just going to be really, you know, well presenting yourself. And I think that maybe you'll have the ability to travel a lot. You'll have earned your position in things so that not many people can. I think security for this option is a big thing, where you establish your security financially, and then once your security is established, once you're your own person a bit more, once you're stronger within yourself, then I feel like that will translate into like that will translate into just a better quality of living, because you'll relax and you'll let the right people in. On the bottom is the Wheel of Fortune. So if you chose this, I do have a feeling that you guys noticed that I spent a little bit more time on this one. So if you chose this one, I feel like you've had a bad upbringing or difficult circumstances in your youth or early life. You may have had a bad marriage already, or some bad things. But I think you have a sharp mind, and I think that you will in some way apply yourself, and through that gain independence and increase your quality of life over the next 10 years. If you guys want a little oracle, a pick a card within a pick a card, just go to the end of the video and we'll do that there. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye. Hi guys, if you chose this option, it's number 3, and we're going to take a look at what your life is like in the next 10 years. The 10-year challenge. Hey girl, hey. If you want to stick around at the end, I'm going to do an extra bonus pick a card within a pick a card, and it will have 2 oracle cards or 3 oracle cards about love. So hopefully that will get your motor running. Set out on the highway. And look for some adventure. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. Your first message is the Fool. Ooh, a drastic beginning. It's almost starting right now. A huge beginning, unexpected transformation, but it's good. It's like you're really in the middle of change if you chose this option. The middle of change, and your life's just beginning, and I think that you've been kind of going along, you've been going along with some things far too long, and I think that you've been kind of dragging along dead wood, you know. The next message is the 8 of Cups, which is the Saturn in Pisces. So I feel like detachment, through detached observation, you're kind of taking a step back and saying you don't want something or you don't like something. You need to take a step back, have a drink, and not necessarily alcohol. I don't drink alcohol, but like have a drink. For those of you guys who like a glass of wine, there you go. But have a drink and take a look at your circumstances. The next message is the 3 of Wands. Okay, and I think that around you there's a relationship with a woman. Specifically, there's one woman, but it's probably mirrored by several other women. A relationship with a woman is coming into it's going to be resolved. I think that this relationship had you in some kind of problems, or you had some problems because of it, and so now as you kind of come into focus about this relationship, you are in some way come into focus about this relationship. You're learning lessons from it, and I think that through those lessons you're elevating your awareness about it. I think that you are elevating your awareness about it. I think that you are learning a lesson through your relationship with this person, and it's kind of causing you a nice outcome in your life circumstances. The next message is the Lovers. If you date men, this is a sign that you are going to fall in love. There's someone very important in your life over the next 10 years, and he is a man. If you are a man, or if you don't date men, then it looks as though, well, if you're a man, then you're in love too. The masculine has got the Lovers card, so there's a divine masculine energy that really loves you and has all of their energy is ready for you, and I think that you will begin a wonderful life with this person. Here is the next message. We have the 9 of Pentacles. This is Venus in Virgo. I love this card. And I feel like you're going to be around people who have a lot of money. You're going to be around people who have a lot of money, who have a lot of financial resources, connections, those kinds of things. You may live a very lavish lifestyle, one that has a lot of nice things, and you go shopping, you know, spend your money, that kind of thing, your life, or travel, whatever you feel you want to do. The next message is the Moon. I feel as though with your family, though, there are certain secrets that are going to come to the surface about things. You're going to realize certain secrets. You're going to learn about them. And so I feel like as you learn about these secrets, then you kind of learn how to figure out why things were the way they were in some way. I feel like you need time alone to think about things, because your life right now, even as I'm reading, is different than the life that you're thinking about in the past. And I feel like there's things that you are still not clear about. It's almost like, I don't want to say gaslighting because that's such an extreme form of it, but for some of you it will be. Gaslighting is when somebody tells you something didn't happen when it did. And that's a form of manipulation. But there's like denial in this family. There's like denial, there's things that are not said, and you believe things the way that and you don't know what the truth is, so you need some time to kind of take to yourself to think. Maybe I will start drinking. I usually choose 3, so maybe I'll have a glass of wine and think about that. What was grandma like anyway? No, I'm just kidding. Here is the next message. We have the 3 of Cups. You're going to allow reunions into your life. So some of the people who have left your life, they're coming back. So if you regret that somebody's not there anymore, I think that the people are coming back into your life, and I think that you should be happy for this or excited. The next message is the Queen of Chalices, the Queen of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, Sun, Moon, or Rising, secondary transits in water. I feel as though you have a friend who brings you a lot of strength. I think she brings a lot of strength into this situation, and I think she's very, very supportive of you. I need to bring them closer. I feel as though she tells you the truth, like she tells you you've been lying to yourself, or you need to smarten up, or whatever you. I think that there's a little bit of a, like, how do you say, self-denial that's going on because of possibly your past circumstances, and this person calls it how she sees it. She says, you know, number 3, you gotta very much pay attention, you know, slow down. All these things are happening, but what are your motivations? What do you want out of life? And I think that that's going to save your life moving forward. So if we did the 20-year challenge, then I think that that would be the same message for you, that this person comes in, tells you the truth, and it smartens you up so that you save yourself. The next message is the Ace of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus. How did I say that? Ace of Pentacles was because it's an earth card. I feel as though you're going to initiate a business on your own. So you're going to begin a business on your own, and you are going to start it on your own. You're going to put the effort behind it yourself. So I think that this is like, you feel the need to take care of yourself a lot. And you do have a very good relationship, and you're kind of spoiled. I think you marry somebody who has a lot of money, or someone who has a lot already figured out for themselves, but you feel like you have to take care of your own energy. And then you have the King of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Maybe that's who it is. Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary transits in fire, Sagittarius, or Aries. This is a person who's going to change your life. Yeah, I think you start your own business, but I think you're going to be very defensive regarding the other person and their money. Like, they want to spoil you and lavish you. Look at this. It's the kiss in the Divine Masculine card. They want to spoil you and lavish you, or you want that kind of relationship. And if you're a man watching this, or if you don't date men, then you're the person who's doing the spoiling. But you want a lot of independence within that relationship. So you're sort of up in arms to try to defend yourself against, you know, sitting too comfortably in the things that you have found, the circumstances you have found yourself in. So you'll continue working. Nothing can make you stop working. I feel as though you're really prone to let go of things. I think your personality is gonna change in that you're gonna put an end to things really quickly. I don't think you have too much time or interest to entertain things that are not good for you. And in order to gain balance, you're just going to cut things out. It feels like you're only interested in your partner. Like, you're not interested in, like, you have friends and you have connections, and I think that your partner is probably more socially connected than you are. You have one good girlfriend or a guy friend, and you have a really good emotional connection with this person, but you're more of a loner. You're more like preoccupied with like being a boss and doing your own thing. and yes, you enjoy the social company of a lot of people, but you kind of are doing your own thing, and you're really preoccupied with like where you've come from, or what you've had a big life already, is what I'm trying to say. And I think you're trying to process all of it and figure it out. The next message is the World card. I feel like you need to move, and you will have to move somewhere, and whether you want to or not, you are going to have to move, and I think that that's going to be a part of your relationship that's a challenge, because I don't think you're going to want to move, but I think that you will have to move because of, work or obligations, that kind of thing. And this isn't outside of your city, right, where you're living now. 9 of Cups next. I feel like, okay, so I feel as though your wish changes things for the better. The thing that you were wishing for with your family in the past is not the thing you're going to be wishing for down the line, 10 years down the line. I think that you'll have like a big fulfillment of, I think you're going to have a realization about what you really want, and that's going to change the path of your life significantly. So I think that maybe you think of yourself as a scientist, and then you realize you're an artist, or you think of yourself as an artist and you realize you're a scientist or a businessman or a businesswoman. And I think that you in some way change, like, I'm different than the label that society has given me. And I think that when you realize that, then a lot of good things are going to come into your life to help you with getting that, achieving it. The next card is the Knave of Chalices, a Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Secondary transits in Earth, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. I feel as though someone continues to provide you like help, or like emotionally connect you with things. I think somebody is also continually bringing you inspiration. If you have a child, that child is very protective over you, and I feel like that child sees like the self-sufficiency that you're putting into your life. And so I think that this is, especially if you have a young male water child, this person's going to be, or even female, I feel as though your child is going to be extremely supportive in your pursuits. What you're going to be doing is going to be slightly different. It's going to be different than like a traditional thing, and so other people don't get it, and that's why you have this kind of harsh attitude. Like I can sense it, I can feel it. Like, don't mess with my thing, you're going to ruin it. And she's supportive in you. She sees the potential. It's like you have this realization that you have to change things up, and you get sort of obsessed with it, and you put a lot of time into it, and no matter how comfortable your married life is, you're still going to be like a crazy kooky person, pursuing your dream, and that's a good thing. Here is the next message. We have the 7 of Swords. This is like giving up on things, and be very, very careful for theft and copyright infringement or trademark, or make sure to get your legal stuff in order as you are doing your new things. I think at first people are going to be not interested in what you're doing, or they won't get what you're doing. But even your husband, I don't think he's going to understand. He's going to be just like, just relax, take care of the kids, do whatever you want to do. Why are you spending so much time doing this? But you're going to be like a woman or a man on the mission, And if you're married to a woman, she's going to give you that same kind of attitude. And in fact, your friend is going to be more in tune with what you're doing, so your support's going to come more from the friend than from the husband. But I do feel like he's supportive, he just doesn't get it, which is pretty normal for men. So but you can switch that gender stuff around. So be careful for 2 things: giving up on yourself. Don't get discouraged and give up on yourself. And the second part is don't allow other people to rip you off, basically. So make sure that you have your legal stuff in check. The next message is the 2 of Cups, and so this is Venus in Cancer, and I feel as though like the love that you have for yourself is gonna change as you grow into as you're going to grow into this idea of what you're trying to create for yourself. So I think that you are in some way, the thing that you're trying to grow for yourself, it's hard to achieve. And there's going to be a lot of naysayers. There's going to be a lot of haters. And then you're just going to prove them wrong and do what's right for you. And I feel like that's going to set a great impression on your children. And I feel like that is also going to set a great impression on you. Like you will very much become more powerful and confident. The next message is the Six of Pentacles. And I feel as though in the end, I think when you meet your husband, he has way more money than you do. But I think in the end, after you do your thing, it's going to be very equal between the both of you. And I think that that's going to be a huge thing, a huge part of your next decade to, in some way, it's like you don't want like a free ride or a free ticket. So you establish yourself and it's reciprocal. The relationship stays. It does not. There's things about the relationship that you'll change if something doesn't work. And he'll be very accommodating. I think he'll just be like, yeah, I'll do that. Yeah, I'll do that. Like he'll be good because I think that the things you require are factual. And with the King of Pentacles, you need to be factual. You have to be like, I need this to work this way so that this turns out this way. And he's like, okay, got it, you know, great. So the Six of Pentacles is this sort of, you're going to build a foundation not only for yourself for the rest of your life, but also for like your children and set impressions for them on how to conduct you. And by your behavior, you're actually going to affect a lot of different people who are going to take inspiration for how you put yourself together. Here is the next message. We have the Hanged Man. Some things, there's going to be someone in your family who's not going to be so they're not going to come over and help and support in the way that you had hoped. And I feel like that they will continually drag their feet and cause problems because that's just their character. So the sooner that it's going to be like that Uncle Larry, like it's just Uncle Larry, he doesn't get it, but everybody loves Larry and it's fine, right? So just let Uncle Larry be Uncle Larry. And it has to do with a lot of these secrets that are going on in your family that you're figuring out. The next message is the Strength card. And okay, this looks gnarly. So the Strength card. So a Leo brings you great happiness. You might travel a lot with a Leo. I feel like you're friends with a Leo who has a lot of money, so you guys have a really great time. Hey girl, hey. How about them Leos, right? And so let's see. And so I feel like you're gonna have a lot of fun too. I think there's gonna be a lot of indulgence that you participate in. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles, which is a Eight of Pentacles in this position. I feel like I think you'll go back to doing something you've done before for work. So if you have put something in the past in terms of work, you may be going back to it. It may not be done forever. And then we have the Knight of Wands and big travel in front of you. Your children are going to travel a lot, I think. They're going to be like little wanderers. So you want to get your family time in quick because they're going to be all over the place. I feel like maybe you'll travel with your children a lot as well, visiting different places, learning about the world. And I think that maybe there's going to be a degree of separation between yourself and one of your kids, or maybe even both of your kids, but then you'll come back together. So maybe there'll be a period of a year or two in which there's separation. On the bottom is the Ten of Swords. Ooh, scary. But I think that this is a woman or a man who has reached their limit, and it's like, done, no more. End of story, you know? And once they reach their limit in some way, they have no other place to go but forward. And I think that that's what you're about to do. I hope you enjoyed this 10-year preview. Wow, you do a lot in 10 years. And go check out my end of the video for the last Pick a Card channel. Pick a card within a pick a card, which is like oracle reading on love. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye. Hi guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the main video, and this is a quick pick at love. So we have 4 different options, just a couple oracle cards each, and they're going to answer you exactly what your love life will be like in the next 10 years. So this is number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4. So please choose one, and I'm going to start with 1 right away. So your first message is, we have the inner child. We have the wellness card, okay, and we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So it looks like you are going to spend a big part of the next 10 years healing your inner child and finding real inner wellness and happiness. I think at first you probably feel that this is way too much for you to handle, like it's way too much on your shoulders, but I think in time you'll be very happy that you took this route. I feel like that will turn out for you in a wonderful way, especially if you're going to be parents. Then this is going to bring about wonderful outcomes for your children, because you're doing the work not only for yourself but also for generations to come. So that's a wonderful message. I don't know, I'll leave it there. Okay, so if you chose number 2, let's take a look at your cards. We have the dreams. Okay, this is a beautiful card, dreams. And then we have soul love. Okay, and you deserve love. You are lovable. I feel as though you're going to travel very far to find love in the next 10 years. I feel like at first you will not even believe that it's coming for you in the way that it's coming. So you may be like, where is this going on? But I think it's a soulmate connection that is sort of outside of the realm of where you normally live or wherever you have time to be. And so I think that a part of this love will have to do with you taking ownership over the idea that you have to go and get this, because it's going to feel kind of crazy that you're going in this direction, but it feels right, and I think that you'll be very happy. It's a soul love connection. So that's like a twin flame. It could be a soulmate, it could be a true love, any of that energy. Okay, number 3s, let's see what you guys got. We have the mystic, okay, and then we have enlightenment. Ooh, we got some tantra here. And then free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. So I feel like maybe a relationship that helps you and supports you in freeing yourself. However, I feel like this is more to do with your own personal journey of enlightenment and learning about what is right for you, and separating yourself from the types of relationships that sort of are predatory on you, that take away from your freedom. And I think that you're going to fall in love with a mystic. I think that this person is going to be a spiritual person, and you guys will have a spiritual life together. It's a very, very gentle energy, and it's an energy of a lot of love and a lot of understanding. And I think that through this relationship, you will free yourself from the attachments to any types of relationships that you have had in the past that have to do with, relinquishing your identity for the imposition of an objectification of yourself. So in other words, you are going to in some way step away from your comfort zone, but in some way you're going to be more free. So that's beautiful. And it is a relationship, I think, because when I first pulled this card, I was like, oh, it's a woman, but then I'm like, but this is actually a man as well. So if you date men, you'll meet a man with whom it's a very spiritual, like maybe a yogi or maybe an artist or someone. He could be an engineer, but he has a very free spirit, and you share in that. You both are setting each other free, and you live an atypical lifestyle. So you may travel, or you may camp out a lot, or I'm not sure what you're doing, but your spirit is going to be expressed through this relationship, freeing yourself from the past and those old ways of doing things. It's like you were taught to live a life that you were not happy to live, and the way that you want to live your life, you find the person, and it's an alternative way, like maybe organic, vegan, something like that. It's a mix of everything you want. The number 4 is, let's take a look at your cards. We have transience, okay? And then we have let your light shine, okay? And new love. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings. I feel like you're going to have a breakthrough moment in which just for a second you show who you truly are, and that person's going to see you and you're going to fall in love. So I think that I think you're going to live for a significant amount of time sort of not showing who you are, and that's going to reflect in your relationships. But one day you are going to have that moment where you really truly show who you truly are in some kind of inconspicuous place, like a place that's not sort of expected. And in that moment the person sees you and they're like, wow, there she is, or there he is, and there's going to be that connection. So it's going to, and from that point on, they're not going to let you go. They're not going to let you, they're not going to let you go. They're not going to let you go anywhere else but with them. So, this person will see exactly who you are and what everybody's been missing all along. It's like the needle in the haystack, you're going to be the thing that everybody misses. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you guys have a wonderful decade. I'll talk to you soon, before the decade's through for sure. Bye.